Hello, everyone. It's the Sharon Creations by Carrie. It's Carrie. Hope you're all doing well. Um, as you can see by the picture that for this video is my disastrous craft room. Disaster is a pretty small word for what it is. Um, if you don't stay on top of your craft room on a regular basis, it will turn into that. I am, full disclosure, a hoarder of craft supplies. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I have dabbled in pretty much every medium there is, from epoxy to card making and everything in between. There's not, knitting is not my thing. I've done it, so I've dabbled in it, but it's not my thing. But I do have yarn. um, this video is to show you what progress I have made. I don't even know what time it is, but I have spent hours in this room. Let's see, I think it was about 4 hours to do this. So when you decide to tackle your craft room, it is not a one-time thing. It is going to take you time. So here is where, that's my little Rexy Rex. That's Rex, who is always in my craft room when I'm in here. Right, Rex? Rexy Rex. I know you heard me. I can see your eye open. Rexy Rex. Hey, bud. Say hi. Say hi, the neediest puppy in the world. You can lay down, buddy. I'm going to leave you alone now. So here is where I have landed. Okay, these are the two carts that were over in that area. They're now butted up to each other. Let's see if I can get, I gotta climb over the dog. They need to be cleaned. Were just moved. This is all I have done to it. My paper flower, or pink paper flower, fell off the wall. So I have to rehang that, but I have to go through these two carts. That's going to take hours in itself. So this is going to be a series of steps that I have taken. And so this is step one. And so I'm going to point out all the things that I still need to do. But they're moved. I think that's where I'm going to keep them. I'm not quite sure yet. Behind the door is a bunch of wreaths that I need to figure out a better system. Maybe go higher up the wall with them. I started hanging them on hooks, and I think I'm going to give some away also. And there's some of my artwork. Those are the paper flowers that I made, I think, last year. Those are the giant flowers. My clock is wrong. I need to replace the guts to it. It was an old 80s looking one, and I painted it and put the that decal there. That used to be one of those gold hanging things that swung. Yep. So I bought a thing, the guts to it, so I got to replace the little battery operated thing that goes in the back so the clock actually works. Haven't gotten to that yet. I have the parts, I just haven't done it yet. This is the desk that I usually work on, and there's my generic setup there, where my phone goes and the lights, and that's usually where I'm sitting doing my projects. That's what you'll see. I started to rearrange this part of the desk. I had, where that white cup is, right there, I had my mica powders, and then right there I had my embossing powders. They're now in that container right there, which is for K-cups. So I just put them in that. I've got my Cricut and my mug press, my markers, and my cutting tools. This, I think, is going to stay that way. Not quite sure yet. This still needs to be organized better, I think. But I will probably do some filming here, but I think the bulk of my filming will be in another spot. But there's the first one that holds my phone for the overview shot. There's my second one. You can see the spring. I lost the spring and broke that one. And it has a little light for it. So, and there's my comfy chair that I bought. That is my cart of cardstock. It's full of cardstock. Tried to group it up into different sections. Those are from Walmart. There is not an IKEA piece of furniture in here. IKEA is 4 hours away from me. I'm not driving 4 hours to go buy some furniture for my craft room. It just doesn't, it's not feasible for me. Other people have IKEA closer to them, and that works for them, but I do not. So I make do with what I have. Those are a 3-drawer container set from Walmart. There's 3 drawers. I think I paid like 10 or 11 bucks. That's one section. And there is 4 of them. So I just stacked them together. The top to it is actually a TV tray that I found at Ross. And so I took the top of it off and put it on the top. Well, I had my heat press on there where it was located before. So I attached it to the top of that so that it would be a safe surface for it to sit on. But it's not going to be there now. So then this is a mini table that I made for my glue guns and my mini heat press. That's the legs to that. So that was the TV tray. So I just took some wire and attached that rectangle basket on the top. You see the wire mess? That's going to get cleaned up too, because there's the cords are going to go in 3 different locations. So this is the hot mess that I've had for a while, and it's spaghetti. So this hot heat gun is supposed to be, sorry, I'm not trying to make it nauseous, but this was a curling iron blow dryer thing that I got off Timo, and that's what my intention was, is to have my heat gun up there. But I kept knocking it down when I was moving stuff. So I don't know if that's gonna stay. I think it probably will. Haven't figured that part out yet. I tried to do a lot of pre-planning before I started to best do the organization. You know how that works. Okay, so this is one of my cubbies that was on that wall. I had one here and one over there. I'm focusing on my finger. So I have these 2 that are going to be in the middle of the room. And what I'm going to do is take a block, I'm going to get wood and make a butcher block top. That is going to be my new, let me get this angle. That is going to be my new workstation. That is going to have a huge piece of wood on the top, which will be a tabletop. And I'm going to stain it, and it's going to look really nice. So I got to figure out what to do with the stuff on the top right there. And I may paint it so you don't see the brown on the back side of it. So I might paint those backings so when you see it from this angle that I'm doing, you don't see the ugly brown under there. Or I may modify some paper. Maybe. This table over here will be, let me move that chair. This table is going to be where my heat press goes, my cutting machine, my paper gator. That's their tier tray is going to go on my island, and I have to redecorate it. But right now it's like a catch-all to get stuff out of the way. It's not catching enough though. So that's going to be that's going to be a station where I do the heat pressing, cutting, die cutting. So then behind all that mess is this shelf, which I got from Menards. And I had 2 buckets of flowers up on the top that if you touched them wrong, they were spilling out, falling over, and you had a mess to clean up. Then I saw somebody's organization video, and they suggested putting one option is instead of you can do a wall mount type of thing, or you can do containers. Well, I went into Walmart to get some groceries and headed to container section, and I grouped my flowers by colors, and then the top 2 on the left are all greenery. The bottom one with the hefty label on it, that is the ones that have the foam balls, the things that where the little pieces will easily fall off, those type of fake flowers. Then I've got my pinks on the bottom, blues, yellows and whites, and then my fall and Christmas ones. The box next to it, I still have to tackle that. I don't even remember what's over there. That tells you. This middle section is a hot mess. My heat press got shoved up in there so I could move stuff. I have to clean that all out and organize it. The next shelf is all wooden blanks, signs, things I got from Dollar Tree and clearance racks. The bottom shelf is a catch. So that's going to be organized better. And then these 2 pieces are going to go somewhere else, which is behind me. That's the shelving unit that I got from Temu behind there. That mess there, standing up, the basket, and those are like drying surfaces. So like if I make homemade paper or something to do with clay, then I have a work surface that it can dry on. And the suitcase below that is full of polymer clay and polymer clay tools, which I need to dig into that again. So in the future, I'll probably be making things with polymer clay. I miss doing that. And then I have this 8-piece drawer that my son gave. He bought it and then forgot he had it and decided he didn't want it anymore, so he gave it to me. So there's craft supplies in there, from Christmas to paper to cups, all kinds of stuff. Small wooden pieces. So that top is a complete hot mess because I just dumped stuff there. And then this shelf is the same as the other one that I got from Menards. It's a hot mess too that needs to be organized. And so you got the top shelf that has mesh, wreath forms, all that kind of stuff. Then the second shelf has vinyl and then small wood pieces, that type of stuff, and some decor. That's going to be reorganized also to where it's going to have all my vinyl. Instead of on 2 different shelves, it's going to be all on one. And then that will help organize the other stuff, like all those containers with small wooden pieces in it. So it's probably going to give me some room too, because I'm going to be chucking stuff. I'm going to probably donate a bunch of stuff. I've already got a pile in the hallway to go to the trash can. So that there's definitely stuff that's going to go bye-byes because it's garbage. Like I said, Craft Hoarder, that whole side right there that you see with the tubes, that is all vinyl. Yeah, if it's a sale, I'm buying it. I have behaved myself quite a bit I think there was a misfiring in my brain that thought that because it was on sale, let's buy it. And I like the color, so let's buy it, but had no true purpose for it all. So I kicked myself because there was a lot of money right there. And then because it even goes to, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the other side of vinyl. Then the rest is yarn and ribbon. Also an addiction I have, ribbon, because it just gets worse. That is all ribbon. If I can get around the other dog. That whole thing is ribbon with some yarn at the top. Yeah, hoarding problem. Yep, I gotta get control of that. I think I'm doing pretty good at not going overboard. I'm starting to trigger that part of my brain to be like, enough. I used to do all kinds of stuff with duct tape. That basket's full of duct tape right there on the shelf. T-shirts, I would find them in the Dollar Tree before everything went to $1.25. I was finding t-shirts for $1. So I have a stash of t-shirts. I have another one of those cubes in here that has stuff. So this mess right here in front of this closet has to go, I have to go through. Oh, that's a container of, next to the trash can, that's more ribbon. And then one of the drawers of this cube has ribbon. Yeah. So then this mess right here is an old entertainment or TV stand. This is all going to go away. And I think the other two pieces that I showed you before are going to go here. Because there's my die cutting machine, there's my paper cutter, there's the paint supply stuff in the behind there, there's glue, and here's my trash bags, some more tools. The tools, there is a thing that's built behind there. If you can see the blue bags back there, they are on top of a crate thing that I made for tools. So that stuff will go in there. Everything is going to have its place. If it doesn't have a place, it's going bye-bye. So that is my gigantic mess. Talk about getting carried away, huh? So I will let you see my disaster one more time. We'll go span around the room. Oh, and that shelf up there with the baskets has, the first one's washi tape. I don't remember what's in the second one. And then I used to get the Michael's grab bags, and I got a crap ton of foam eggs. I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but they look cute for decoration. So where those Cricut mats are, those are all going to go on the other side of the window, and I'm going to put my stencils on that section. So this is where I am at this point. This is step one, is getting the furniture where it needs to go. And then I start section by section and start organizing and pulling for donate and trash. So I decided to be a little bit vulnerable and let you see that not every craft room that's on YouTube that you don't see is not perfect. You might get a backdrop, but the rest of the room could be a complete disaster. And I'm letting you see this is reality. When you cannot let go of stuff, when you, oh, there's Okie. There's my little baby boy, little man. He's over there snoring. He's the one you hear snore. And I have to shampoo the rug because it hasn't been shampooed in a long time, so there's spots and stuff. So I also have to shampoo the rug. And there is my natural disaster. So I hope you don't feel bad if your craft room is not matchy pretty IKEA filled furniture, because not all of us can afford to do that. We might have to turn something that's intended for one thing and become something else. So here is stage 1, and I will see you for the next one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the buttons. Oops. Don't forget to hit the buttons. Thanks for watching. Bye.